So for today's Q&A question comes from Lindsay. And Lindsay wants to know, I was actually wondering if you could explain to me how to count calories in meals that I'm preparing, if that makes sense. Well, Lindsay, it definitely makes sense. But first off, before we go into teaching how to count calories, the very first thing is that you need to understand is that all calories are is energy. That's all it is. The amount of energy you have coming in versus how much energy going out. So just being able to stay there and, just being able to eat, breathe, sleep, what else? Exercise, walk, run, whatever it is, all that's using up energy. So if you have a certain amount of energy that you're using in and you're taking in calories, and it's more than what you're using, then that's known as a calorie surplus. So that's where you'll gain weight. That gain weight allow to turn to fat or muscle depending on how much exercise you're doing and what is it exactly that you're doing to build that muscle or lose weight. And then the opposite end of that is if you take in not enough calories, if you're burning more calories than what you're bringing in, meaning you're not eating as much, then that would put you in a calorie deficit. So all calories are energy. That's it. The amount that you have going in versus what you have going out is going to determine whether you lose weight or gain weight. Now that we've gotten the first part out the way, that understanding of what calories are and how energy works, we're going to go into how to actually count calories. So Lindsay, now I don't know what your calorie count is, but that's something that you can easily find on Google through using a online, maintenance calculator or whatever. That's something that you can Google. But let's just throw a number out there. Let's just say you have 1,500 calories a day as your maintenance level. And I don't know how many carbs versus protein versus fats that you're taking depending on which diet that you're following. But let's just say you have a maintenance level of 1,500 calories and 40% of that is going to carbs, another 40% is going to protein, and maybe 20% of it is going to fat. So understand, for every 1 gram of carbohydrate equals out to 4 calories. For every 1 gram of protein, that also equals out to 4 calories. And for every 1 gram of fat, that equals out to 9 calories. So let's just say if you have 1,500 calories, 40% of it is coming from carbs, 40 from protein, and 20% from fat. That would put you at a 600 calorie count for carbs, 600 calorie count for protein, and another 300 for the fats, which would, total out to, the 1,500 calories. So let's just say you want to lose weight. Okay, we're just going to lose weight as an example. You take the 1,500 calories that you need to maintain. And when I say maintain, just to eat, breathe, sleep, walk, talk, all that is burning energy. So that's your maintenance level. Let's just say you want to lose a little bit of weight. You take the maintenance level, you maybe subtract 300 calories just to start off. And if you have a scale at home, that's something that you can weigh yourself every morning, usually right after you use the bathroom and before you eat anything. That's the best time to weigh yourself. So you weigh yourself every morning, or if you have a scale, or if you don't have a scale and you like to do it weekly somewhere at a job or at a gym, whatever, you weigh yourself weekly. However it is that you're gonna do it, you wanna have the first start off numbers, something to start off with, just so you can know whether or not you're losing or gaining. So again, back to the 1,500 calories. If you take out 300 and you notice over the course of the next week or two, you're losing too much weight, then maybe you might scale that back up to maybe 13 or 1,400 calories, depending on whether or not you choose to add 100 or another 200 calories, whatever it is. That's how you track your calories. And again, this is all assuming that weight loss is your goal. I'm assuming that if you're contacting me, it is weight loss. So if weight loss is a goal, that's how I would start off with. Figure out what your maintenance level is, subtract 300 from that, track it daily or weekly, depending on your access to scales, and you go from there. If you're losing too much weight, you add a little bit more calories, maybe 100 or 150 more calories till you find that sweet spot. Or if you're not losing enough weight, I wouldn't go too low as far as calories. Usually under 1,000. You never want to go below 1,000 to 1,200 calories, unless if you're under a physician, under physician's guidance or someone like that. So I wouldn't go less in calories. But the next step would be is I would suggest maybe working out a little bit more, getting a little bit more active. So that's something that you want to keep track of, and that's how you track your calories. Now that we've gotten that out the way, one tip that I do want to leave you with, Lindsay, is to figure out, if you're going to record and track this, an easier way to do it is to use one of these online mobile apps or websites that you could easily help keep track of everything. The two main apps that I usually like to recommend to clients is the MyFitnessPal app and or the Lose It. And there's a bunch of them out there. You can Google that. But those are that's just one tip to really keep in mind to follow. So hopefully this answered your question, Lindsay. Don't forget to follow and subscribe, and I'll see you till next time.